Hi and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode on the Mini Cooper behind me. Now if you haven't seen the previous video, I managed to get the inner seal in. I've actually off camera repaired the floor. On the SPIs it has two like rubber bungs quite close together in the corner. One of them had completely corroded out and fell through the floor, so I cut both out and put a plate in. So I haven't really linished anything back. The inner seal and that repair I've sort of just left for now, because the next point of call is let's get the doorstep in. Now I'm hoping to be able to spot weld the ledge to the new steel doorstep, because that should make a really nice easy finish to do, and yeah, it saves a bit of welding gas. Now I've just had a quick look at the car, so this is the end that would sit by the door. I should just be able to cut this and sort of splice it in. Don't need all this end as well where it curves up the back. So basically where that sticker is, I need sort of to there. So that's not too bad really. Yeah, so let's go and have a look at the car. I'm hoping this will go in nice. These Magnum panels, they are what they are at the end of the day. You've got to do your best. They're going to require a bit of filler. But if you have seen the last episode, I think, on the Budget Clubman, I put a doorstep in that. Didn't use all of it. Again, I used sort of a centre section of it and put it in. It went in well, but I had to basically make a relief cut down the main flank of it and then widen it, weld it, then weld the actual inner seal in. So not ideal, but you can only buy Heritage one of these with the quarter bit in it as well, or the panel that goes up the doorpost. We don't need any of that, so got to sort of make do with these. This did come from M Machine, but they do stock Magnum panels, so this came in our big bundle of bits and bobs. The main thing that has killed the doorstep on this Cooper is it's got really nice kick plates. I think you could say John Cooper on them. They're the originals from the John Cooper factory, so obviously they're going back on. But what's happened is where they've been drilled in, sort of along, there's like be a drill hole there and there. The drill hole itself rotted out, so obviously nothing was prepared or anything. They just sort of zapped them in, and underneath where it just trapped water, washing the car, driving the car. I mean, this car gets used. Chris isn't afraid of taking it out for a drive. It's not like a keep it in the dry all the time. It gets used and it will get used again. So when I put this back together, I'll drill the hole before doing any painting or anything like that. And what I'll do is when I fit the plate, I'll put loads of wax and stuff like that around it, or sealant, almost to lock it all in. So this shouldn't happen again really. So without further ado, let's go and have a look at the car. I hope to try and get this in this episode, but if not, we'll get the old one cut out and see how we get on really. Right, so like I mentioned, the inner seal's all in. I've not linished anything back. There's a little hole up there, I did mention in the last episode, I need to sort. That's that repair done. Everything is, I'm so chuffed with it. It's less Fred Flintstone now. But this is sort of the area of issues. So there's the hole that the kick plate went in, and there's the other one. So you can sort of see it's rotted all the way along, but the rot started at each hole. So we're going to cut it here. That new one comes all the way up to here, and we just don't need it. The profile is definitely not good by Magnum. Sorry, the profile from the Magnum panel is awful the further back you go. And every doorstep I've done, I've never had to use it all. So this will be the same. I won't have to use it all. So I'll cut it here, and I'll cut it here. All this is really nice. I mean, you can see how shiny the paint is. So we haven't got to worry about any of that. No corrosion whatsoever. I've given it a bit of a poke down there. So again, it'll be a nice cut there and take all this out, but you can see there's actually no ledge left to weld or seal to, or put your seam trim back on. I mean, it just flakes away. So yes, I should be wearing some gloves before I did that. Oh well. But yeah, really not nice at all. And when you compare it to our new one, worlds apart. So let's get this old one cut out and let's try and get this new one in. Obviously the reason I've done it in this way, I was either going to do the doorstep first, then do the inner seal, but I decided to take the biggest job first, which was the inner seal, get rid of all the rot. We're now not a Fred Flintstone car. That side you can see from just me showing you from this distance, but obviously we'll crack on with that side soon, but that side's really not as bad. It won't require the whole inner seal. Obviously I have cut the inner seal here, because this is all good. This is just minor surface rust. This is all completely solid. So it's been cut there and put in. New seatbelt anchor. Really, really nice. Lovely solid car now. All brand new. So you cannot knock it. You can see the penetration of my welds. Really, really quite happy with it all. So that was the previous episode. So I thought I'd show you that. So let's get this out and let's make this whole area look a little bit nicer. And then I get in there with the white wheel with cure rust and prime and shiny it up a bit. But no point while you're cutting and grinding. So without further ado, let's get cutting. Right, so there's the old one off. You can see, yeah, not the best. Really, really corroded. And when you think about that, that's being mocked up. So what I've done is I've cut the ends off, like I mentioned, and I'm just playing around with it now to see how it's going to fit. Fits absolutely spot on there. Really, that is really, really good. Up this end, it's not awful, but it's bloody close. So what I have to do is when I'm tacking it, I'll tack this up, maybe tack that there, tack that so that can't move, and then I'll just have to force it in a little bit. So you have to play with the profiles on these panels. They're not, these Magnum ones, like I say, they're not always the best profile. They're good bits of metal, but they're just, yeah, you got to do what you can do. But I think this doorstep's, I don't even think it was £15. I think it was like £11 or something. So you've got to draw the line somewhere. I'm quite happy with that. I think once I start tacking, that will go in quite nicely. What I'll do is I'll tack it and check the door shut again, because we are obviously changing all of this. But one thing I did want to show you guys before I welded it is just look at that. That is, you know, when you think about what we had before or what we didn't have before, you can't knock it. So that's going to go in there, and that will sort out the bulk of this side, because once this is in, got a little repair to do in that corner like I mentioned, but it's time to sill then. So let's get the welder set back up, let's linish these back. I'm going to use this fibre wheel again just to take the paint off, clean this back as well, remove the sticker. I don't know why, I've never had a Magnum panel that hasn't got the black E coating on. This is sort of bare steel. So the one that's come for the passenger side's got the black coating on. But yeah, so let's get this tacked in. I was very cautious with this door card. I really didn't want to damage it, so I was quite careful with it. Luckily all the sparks were going downwards, otherwise I was going to start stripping the door. But when I weld, I'm going to just drape something over this door. I've got some old sort of sheeting that it's not fire, it's fire retardant, so yeah, we'll sort that out. But I'm really quite happy with that. Good days, I say days work, good few hours work if I can get this to fit. So let's do it. Yeah, got to use that spot welder. Really happy with it. Absolutely rock solid. No linishing back to do. Really happy with it. I get used to using it a bit more. I'm a bit wavy, but yeah, I've done this welding now, both ends. That end tapped in really fine, so I'm really happy with that. Just got to linish everything back like normal, and we'll go from there. But really quite cool. So just got a little repair in that corner to do, then it's time for the sill. Right guys, that's all I've got time for really, unfortunately. Managed to get the doorstep in, so I'm really happy with that. Again, it's taken me like half an hour. Even better with this bad boy. So thanks again, Pete, mate, for lending that to me. Really happy with it. Like you mentioned, just got to keep the tips clean on it and take your time with it. So I did like 3 or 4 and then just let it cool, because you don't want to damage the machine or burn anything out in your house. So really impressed. So I wish I had it back then when I did the 89 build, but I'll make the most of it while I've got my time with it. So really impressed with that. So where are we up to now on the Cooper? Inner sill's in, floor's repaired, doorstep's now in. All we've got to do now on the driver's side is repair a little section on the flitch which folds around on the floor. I'll probably do that after the sill's on, actually, more I think about it. So next point of call is, you know it, it's coming, paint these cavities. Then I'll probably linish the thing back, then paint the cavities. And then, yeah, it's time to start looking at getting the sill on, and that'd be the worst side done, really. The passenger side, I think I'm probably going to get away with using the remainder of the sill for this side, just to use the profile of steel and the shape to repair the passenger side. I don't want to speak out of turn yet because I haven't stripped it, but I'm hoping that it doesn't need a full inner sill that side. It doesn't look half as bad whatsoever. So we just won't replace anything that doesn't need replacing. So like I mentioned to James, anything we don't use on this car, we'll save for his Mini Mayfair. So nothing goes to waste in Simpsons Classics. It all gets used on a car at some point. You've probably noticed in the background in a few of these videos, my old clubby estate's out there. It needs a few little bits and bobs. It needs a bearing doing and a few other bits, but at the moment we're on lockdown, so unless I take it shopping as a good excuse, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with that spot welder. I'll finish on that high. Yeah, time to paint some cavities. Due to trying to get stuff, I probably won't paint the cavities in body colour. I'll probably paint them in black and then lacquer it all inside, so it's nice and seam sealed, nice and sort of protected from the elements. Like all my builds that I've done, I've painted the cavities. I just won't paint this in racing green. We'll save the nice racing green for the outside. That being said, it'll still do the job exactly the same, and it gives me a chance to get the sill on. The sill will get the same treatment. I'll weld up the jacking point hole. If you notice, I've not put it back on the inner sill here. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the 2 panels I've fitted from the machine so far. I won't be going anywhere else for panels, I don't think, especially repair panels like that. Absolutely spot on, really chuffed. If the sill goes on as well as the rest of it, thanks to the machine for that, really happy. So, right, I'll leave you with that. Catch you in the next one, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. You'll see more on this Cooper and our other builds. And yeah, please stay safe and look after yourselves in these times when, you know, you could be stuck indoors. You could get outside getting on your projects, or get looking for projects. I've had many people emailing me asking they're looking for a project and where to look and what to do. Just get out there, have a look. Forums, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Get yourself a project and get cracking with it. So the summer's going to be sort of prolonged to the end of the year, so we still can enjoy them. Right, I'm going to go, cup of tea like normal, and catch you in the next one.